Now, a Nightside, a freak accident kills a woman driving near Coeur d'Alene. The warning signs, one arborist says, have been there for years.
It is raining again in downtown Spokane, and the winds are picking up too. I'll let you know how you need to prepare for Tuesday in the First Alert forecast.
Tonight's City Council meeting came to an abrupt end. The noisy disturbance that shut it down. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. We had a brief break from the rain, but the next round is just getting started. Thanks for staying up with us for Nightside. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker tells us how much rain we're seeing on the radar right now, Chris.
Well, it's a little bit lighter than what we have been seeing, but you can see it here on our sky cams. Some raindrops going by the lens there, and the Spokane Arena parking lot is soaked once again. It has barely had a chance to dry out, and we are tracking more rain around the region. It is fairly light around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and hit and miss. We are going to be seeing more scattered showers as we get into the overnight and into tomorrow, compared to the steady rains that we have been seeing. Here's a broader view on that rain from St. Mary's up through Coeur d'Alene and towards Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry. We're also seeing a little bit of light precipitation, and it's all moving to the east-northeast, but there are more showers developing behind this main band of precipitation. North Idaho is going to be the focus all the way down into the central panhandle for the heavier precipitation. Meanwhile, our winds are just starting to pick up. 28-mile-per-hour gusts in Coeur d'Alene, 22-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane Valley, also windy in Pullman and Spokane. And these winds are going to continue to pick up through the overnight, peaking with 30-mile-per-hour gusts very early tomorrow morning. And then a breezy day tomorrow. We'll be hitting a high of 49. 46 is our average high. Chance of showers through about 3 o'clock. And then we dry out, and we're going to stay dry for a couple of days. I'll go over the timing on the showers and the gusty winds in greater detail coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thanks. Tonight's Spokane City Council meeting came to an abrupt end. The council adjourning the meeting over a, quote, disturbance in the City Council chambers during the public forum after the council repeatedly asked the crowd to follow the rules.
Those rules include not calling out for cheering and not calling out specific council members by name. Before the meeting ended, several people demanded the City Council take action in support of Palestinian citizens. Take a listen.
How can we hold our public officials accountable if we cannot name them?
Thank you. Sit down.
How much time is left on my clock? How much time do I have left? I have 1 minute left.
I would shut the meeting down.
Free Palestine!
The protesters were seen with a megaphone during recess shouting Free Palestine inside City Hall while council members were absent.
The City Council adjourned before getting to the agenda or any ordinances.
Well, the tragic death of a 68-year-old woman in Post Falls from a fallen tree has many people in the area concerned for their own safety. Diane Williams was driving on Celtice Way when investigators say with no warning, a large tree fell and crashed on top of her vehicle, killing her instantly. Fire officials call it a freak accident, but people who live in that area and travel that road are worried that it could happen again. We took the community's concerns to the city of Coeur d'Alene, who expressed their condolences and sent this statement to our newsroom. While the city's efforts can help minimize any danger from falling branches or trees, they cannot eliminate it entirely. Even healthy trees with no warning signs can come down under the wrong circumstances. But one Kootenai County arborist says for this tree, the warning signs were there.
Yeah, there's no question that tree should have been removed years ago. I drive by that location and I have actually seen those trees and thought they need to be removed immediately.
That's Don Taylor. He goes on to say that he believes that tree had been dead for years and was infested by bark beetles. Well, a mother of two is being forced to pick up glass from her kids' car seats after someone used a boulder to smash her car window overnight. The mother and her family say these type of incidents are becoming more common downtown.
And because the break-ins happen close to where she works, she says she feels helpless looking for a solution. Grace Moore works at the Satellite Diner downtown until about 2:30 in the morning. And with those hours, safety is always a concern. But now her sense of security is shaken after someone took a large rock to her car's window while she was working.
I never try and take my kids out downtown at all unless it's like midday, just because, I mean, you have to park sometimes a ways away and walking with them. It's just, I don't necessarily am super worried about it, but it's always in the back of my mind because it does happen a lot.
Moore and her family say they wish downtown workers had safer options when it comes to parking late at night.
With just 3 games now left in the regular season, the Cougars need 2 more wins to become bowl eligible.
But that certainly seems like a tall task at this point. Our Alex Crescenti spoke with head coach Jake Dicker today about what has to go right in order for the team to get back on track.
Yeah, that's right. There is a lot that needs to be corrected at this point for the Washington State Cougars, and it might be too little too late. Still, Coach Dickert says the team is fighting, and if they somehow sneak into a bowl game, no matter the location, that should be celebrated. Since entering conference play, the Cougars have the fewest points scored with only 119 through 6 games, and 38 of those came against Oregon State. On Saturday, the offensive woes just continued as Stanford shut down the once high-powered attack. Cam Ward and company only accounting for 245 total yards, but it's not like there weren't chances to win this game. As Dickert says, the margin of victory is so small in the Pac-12, you need to capitalize on every opportunity.
We had 2 short fields, 0 points. We had a second and 1 at 11. Come away from that series, 0 points. Had an opportunity really to get a pick 6, probably coming out of the half, right? We dropped it. So there's opportunities and plays out there to win tough games. We just haven't been able to do it as a team on both sides of the football. This is a team game.
And a bit of history today as the NCAA soccer tournament brackets were revealed. A couple of local teams are going to go head-to-head in round 1. Idaho, the champions of the Big Sky, will travel up to Spokane to take on Gonzaga, winners of the West Coast Conference. For the Vandals, this will be their first trip to the tournament, and for the Bulldogs, just their second, but this is their first WCC championship. Now, Idaho and Gonzaga will play right here in Spokane on Saturday evening. Winner is likely going to take on the #1 seed UCLA Bruins in the second round, but still awesome opportunity for both squads. Guys, send it back to you.
Thank you, Alex. In less than 24 hours, we will know if Spokane will have a new mayor and if shoppers in Spokane County will start paying more in sales tax. The biggest race on Spokane voters' ballots is for mayor. Incumbent Nadine Woodward and challenger Lisa Brown have both focused on public safety and the homelessness crisis in their campaigns. And also on the ballot is the race for Spokane City Council president and 3 city council positions.
Liberty Lake and Spokane Valley also have several city council positions open, and voters across the county are being asked for their decision on Measure 1. That, of course, is the proposed sales tax increase that would help fund a new jail along with other criminal justice projects. If approved, the sales tax would increase by 0.2%. That equates to 2 cents for every $10 spent. Supporters of Measure 1, like Sheriff John Knowles, say this is needed because the jail is overcrowded. But opponents call this a blank check for a broken system. Washington is a vote-by-mail state, so ballots have been flowing into the elections office for weeks now. They say most of the calls they're getting are from voters who live outside of city limits.
The mayor for the city of Spokane is only for the city of Spokane residents. We are getting a lot of calls on that, and you do have to be a resident of the city of Spokane to vote for the mayor, council president race, and council members.
Now, 4 News Now is your headquarters for election results. We'll have special election coverage for you beginning on 4 News Now at 5 and 6 tomorrow. You can also download the KXY Plus app if you don't have it already. You should. To stream our coverage on your connected TV all evening long. We'll bring you results and reaction as soon as they're available when the polls close at 8 o'clock.
And across state lines in Kootenai County, voters are asked to decide whether to approve a $50 million bond meant to preserve open space in the county. Commissioners say the bond will preserve areas like the Rathdrum Prairie, while only costing taxpayers about an extra $8 a year. If the bond passes, more playgrounds and dog parks could pop up around North Idaho, but some say that that's not what the county needs. Well, still ahead, see your generosity in action.
Yeah, meet a mom of 6 who shares how Coach for Kids has helped their family. And pro-Palestinian protesters blocked a terminal at the port of Tacoma trying to stop a ship. What they say was on board that vessel, next on Nightside.
Pick of the night tonight from Rebecca Boatso. A city beach at Sandpoint at sunset recently. Bet you didn't know the Statue of Liberty was on Lake Pend Oreille. Well, they have their own version. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
When I speak to families across Spokane, it's clear we want the same things. Our family to be safe, affordable housing, economic opportunities, and good jobs for our children and grandchildren. We want our streets fixed, our river protected, and a compassionate, effective response to homelessness. Families from Indian Trail to Lincoln Heights are ready for us to pull together and build a better Spokane. It feels pretty divided in Spokane right now, but bridges bring us together, and when I'm mayor, we'll build some new ones. I'm Lisa Brown. I approve this message.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
He's got the stars.
Yeah.
The studs.
I don't remember a time in my life I didn't watch his shows.
And the unexpected.
I've always thought of you as Dave Jr. Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
A heated mayoral race, controversial issues on the ballot. This Tuesday, get For the People election coverage from 4 News Now. Results, reaction, and analysis. Watch all day on 4 News Now and streaming free on KXLY+.
Spokane's homeless plan is not working. In the last 6 years, Spokane's homeless rate has nearly doubled, while the U.S. rate barely increased. And while many unhoused persons genuinely need a helping hand, others have accelerated Spokane's problems of crime and open drug use. Similar-sized U.S. cities don't have these problems, but Spokane became home to the largest homeless camp in the state of Washington. Why Spokane? Hear the answer at curingspokane.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Old World Christmas.
Well, for the last month, we've been collecting coats for kids, and today we started giving them out.
Yeah, we at 4 News Now want to thank everyone who donated this year. We wouldn't be able to do this without your generosity, so thank you so very much. Our crew spent the day delivering those coats. Some of the first ones went to the kids at Spokane's Northeast Community Center. Family after family lined up to pick out their new winter gear. Some parents chose jackets for their kids, while others let their children choose their own. One mom brought her son and daughter, and the young boy was thrilled about his Batman jacket. Why wouldn't he be? His sister was excited about her jacket that had pink hearts. Their mom said Coats for Kids is really helpful for their family of 6.
For one, we know they're going to stay warm, with not having to worry about spending money on trying to figure out when we're going to get them a new coat as well, because of how expensive as they are.
For more information on distribution locations and times, just go to our website at KXLY.com.
So awesome. I love those stories, and to get to see the kids, and one of the little girls had her jacket on. She wanted to wear it out.
Wear it out, yeah. It was so
really
great.
happy.
Well, it's raincoats tomorrow once again, but then we're going to get a break. Let's take a look at our Doppler radar right now, and we are seeing some rain moving right through Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, down on the Palouse. Snow levels right now are dropping. They'll be down around 3,500 feet in the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho tomorrow morning. So you may see some fresh snow on the area mountains. Forecast radar starting off at our current time shows us drying out briefly, maybe slightly after midnight, but then more rain begins moving in. Here's 6 a.m. with the heaviest precipitation down on the Palouse and into North Idaho. We'll get a reinforcing round of rain right around noon before we start to dry out more completely heading into Tuesday night. And once we do dry dry out. We're going to stay dry for a couple of days. Rainfall totals with this next round will pale in comparison to some of our heavier rains of the last few days. Yesterday, the wettest day of 2023. Thursday was the second wettest, but the heavier rain again will be from the Palouse through North Idaho. Winds are picking up right now, and they're going to stay in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range through the overnight. Here's 6 a.m. That's about the time our winds will slowly start to die down a little bit. Finally, by tomorrow late afternoon, it will just be breezy with some of those stronger gusts over with. The time lapse from today, we saw that rain moving through downtown Spokane, a little bit of clearing briefly in the evening, but we got over 1/4 of an inch of rain. We're gaining on our average, our year-to-date total, almost 10 inches. But here's the amazing thing. Here's our entire year so far, how much rain we have received. And in the month of November, it is only the 6th. We've had almost 1.5 inches of rain. We just need a little bit more, and that will be the wettest month of the season. And we could end up well above the other months. In fact, every month this year, with the exception of August, has been below average for precipitation. But we are not running below average right now. This is our percent of usual rain over the last 30 days. And just about everybody is running above average, and if not, you're close. 96% of average in Republic, 95 in Bonners Ferry, 94 in St. Mary's. Still an A in my grading book. Morning lows will be above freezing in most locations. That may not be the case tomorrow night and the next night. We dry out, we get a little bit of clearing. It depends on how much fog we develop. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 50s through the Columbia Basin, 49 in Spokane. But once we get over to where the weather is wetter, we're only going to be in the mid-40s. So the cooler conditions the further east you go. Drying out for a nice Wednesday. We'll start off with fog and then should see some sunshine. Dry on Thursday, and there's those cool morning lows. And the showers are back in the forecast, but I don't think we're going to be in a top 10 wettest days of the year scenario. These are more hit and miss showers showing up Friday and into the weekend. Of course, we'll be able to time those better for you as we get closer to time, or go to KXLY.com. Download the 4 News Now First Alert weather app for more details on that weather on the way.
And Chris, we've already seen some ice and some snow, at least little bits of it.
Yes, we have, and it's coming again, but just not in this
That's good.
week.
We have some time to prepare, and I think a lot of people need to get ready because winter driving is no joke, and the Idaho Transportation Department wants to make sure you and your car are prepared.
ITD says to check your windshield wiper fluid, your battery, your tires. Consider winter tires for extra traction if you need it, and if you have chains, make sure you know how to put them on before you need them. Also, you should have a winter emergency kit, with things like a flashlight, shovel, jumper cables, flares, first aid kit, and anything to keep you warm.
When you're driving, give snow plows extra room on the road. The safest place is behind the plow. It's going to take longer to get everywhere too once the snow starts to fall. So plan extra time, be patient with the other drivers. When the roads are wet or icy, slow down and give yourself more stopping distance. And if you do slide, stay calm, brake very gently, and turn your wheel in the direction of the skid.
All right, around the Northwest now, in the Puget Sound, a water taxi captain stopped a runaway barge from crashing into Seattle's waterfront. King County Captain Dan Crable was traveling around 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon when he noticed a 300-foot loose barge began drifting toward the Great Wheel and the Seattle Aquarium. Within a moment, the captain and his crew sprung into action. His quick thinking allowed them to push the barge north toward an empty pier where tugboats pinned the ship to the terminal until it could be retrieved. An investigation is now underway to figure out how that runaway barge came loose. And new on Nightside, pro-Palestinian protesters blocked a terminal at the port of Tacoma trying to stop a ship they say is headed to Israel with weapons and military equipment.
Several rows of cars blocked the road leading to Terminal 7, Lee Stoll reports.
Our cameras were rolling at 8 a.m., the time protest organizers told us they expected to see cargo trucks heading for a boat at Terminal 7. We only saw several container trucks turn at the blockade.
One of the reasons is my grandmother is Palestinian and I'm from Jordan. And I want Palestine to have peace.
Hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters circled the terminal entrance early this morning. The groups say they want to block a boat from loading up with weapons they say are bound for Israel. The ship docked in Oakland, California on Friday and was met with a much smaller protest.
The goal here is to delay, or if we can, stop any sort of arms shipments from the United States to Israel.
We reached out to the Coast Guard, the Port of Tacoma, and the Department of Defense. The DoD sent us an email saying, due to operational security, DoD does not provide transit or movement details or any information regarding the cargo embarked on vessels of this kind. We asked protesters about the conflict and if there's now any hope for a two-state solution.
I think a two-state solution is not a bad thing, but I'm not there. I'm not dealing every day with what they deal with.
At the Port of Tacoma, I'm Lee Stoll for the National Desk.
We'll still have the secret ingredient one TikToker says helped him grow his hair back. Next on Nightside.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
There's nothing worse than politicians who say one thing then do another. Like Lisa Brown, who said,
people care about crime. They want people who break laws to be held accountable by our law enforcement system. I believe that.
Brown's actual record, she gave our tax dollars to the Bail Project of Spokane, which bails out violent offenders. Brown gave a $50,000 grant to La Taxion, a felon convicted of murder. We can't trust Lisa Brown to keep Spokane safe.
Hi, I'm Michelle with APH Buys Homes, and we buy houses for cash. We're local home buyers who help homeowners in difficult situations get paid fast. Inherited houses, foreclosures, family disputes, rented or vacant, even nicer homes you just can't keep up with. We buy them all. So before you call anyone else, give us a call for a free cash offer. Just call 509-818-1800. That's 509-818-1800.
4 News Now is brought to you by Noodle Express.
All right, thanks for staying up with us here on Nightside. The American Heart Association says too much or not enough sleep is linked to a risk of dying from heart disease and cancer. However, new research suggests exercise can protect you despite poor sleep. The study found people who slept more than 8 hours happen to be older women, obese, and have health problems and were less likely to exercise. People who slept less than 6 hours were younger but also less likely to exercise. The World Health Organization recommends 150 minutes a week of exercise but says really any movement is good for you.
And new on Nightside. Dun, 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 dun. Hashtag hair growth has 14 billion views on TikTok as influencers unveil the hottest natural hair growth trends. Meet 27-year-old TikTok star Zeph, who started losing his hair in his early 20s.
At first, I didn't really mind. Like, I embraced it. Like, it's not a big deal. And as the time went on, I realized that I haven't taken off a hat for 3 years.
So for the past 11 months, he's been sharing his use of natural remedies on social media. Now, there's not a lot of science behind the methods that he has tried, but still, one post of Zeph's went viral, featuring the ingredient everyone is talking about, rosemary oil.
I used rosemary oil for the first 2 months of my hair growth journey and saw little baby hairs pop up, and it quickly turned into like, hey, try minoxidil.
While minoxidil, also known as Rogaine, is an FDA-approved medication that gave him great results, he continues to try natural remedies for a boost like microneedling.
All right, if you see me sprouting some new hairs, you know it's the rosemary oil. College basketball season tipped off tonight as we got a renewal of the Battle of the Palouse coming up in sports. Alex Crescenti shows if it was WSU or Idaho, they got their season started on a high note.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
I know what I want to do. I just don't want to do it.
I could have my heart broken.
Coming on The Bachelor made me feel visible again.
I came to the show hoping to find love, but left with so much more.
I have confidence that I didn't have before.
All of the women that are sitting here, we made history together.
The most important issue in this mayor's race, crime and public safety. I'm Nadine Woodward. We cannot let Spokane become Seattle. It's why I increased police patrols, opened new precincts, and got dangerous offenders off the streets with our Violent Crimes Task Force. My opponent? She's helped fund criminals and is supported by anti-police activists. I'm proud to be endorsed by law enforcement. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message. Let's make crime illegal again.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Welcome to your KXLY Plus live update.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus.
It is 4 o'clock. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens.
That front comes in, gusty winds come with it.
Weather every 10 minutes.
Best chance of rain will really be from noon on.
Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Well, after months of waiting, the college basketball season is upon us as the road to the Final Four starts tonight.
WSU Cougar women looking to defend their Pac-12 title and get back to the NCAA tournament for the 4th consecutive year. Alex Crescenti joins us in the studio, and pretty good start for the Cougs tonight, men and women.
Yep, that's right. I mean, they want to start off 1-0. That's how you want to get the season out. And this is the first season that the Cougs open with extremely high expectations. They're starting the season off with a bang. Thursday night's going to be a matchup with Gonzaga, but they couldn't look past Cal Poly this evening. Early on in this one, it was all Cal Poly as the Mustangs couldn't miss in the first quarter. Natalia Ackerman with an up and under move inside the paint for 2. Washington State's going to be looking for an answer. The Idaho transfer and Washougal native Beyonce B had a nice debut. She has 11 points, and the Cougs go into halftime only down 3. Now, Wazoo ramped up the defense in the third quarter. They go on a 14-2 run. This is a quick transition possession, capped off by a 3-pointer from Eleonora Villa. Star guard Charlize Ledger-Walker only had 6 points in this game, but that's no problem because Bella Murikatete made up for it. She leads the Cougs with 18 points, and they go on to win this one 78-61.
It gets distorted a little bit when you don't make shots, and I was definitely distorted a little bit in the second quarter, but I think I'm going to be pleasantly surprised by some of the things that we did, and clearly we're a different team in how we can be effective different ways. That outside shot not falling, well, make sure we get some paint points, and we did that in the second half.
And the nightcap in Pullman gave us the Battle of the Palouse, Idaho, traveling across the border to take on the Cougs this evening. Opening minute of the game, cool moment here in transition. Miles Rice scoring his first basket back since beating cancer. What an awesome moment that was for him. But But WSU was scoring early and often in this one. In the first half, Ruben Chinyilu with a nice pass to Isaac Jones. He finishes with a junk. Jones with a big game over his former team. Then the Vandals trying to make something happen here off a near steal. E.J. Neal finds Quinn Denker, who finishes with the layup. Then Cougs too good tonight, though. Miles Rice moving quickly in transition finds Andre Yakimovsky. Finishes strong at the basket as Wazoo cruises 84-59. Cougs will next welcome in Prairie View A&M. They lost to them last season. As for the Vandals, they will return home to face Cal State Northridge. The situation for Washington State football is looking very bleak. With 3 games left, they still have 2 more wins to get to bowl eligibility. But a larger issue is looming at the end of the season. That's going to bring with it a lot of uncertainty. Without a guaranteed home next year, recruiting is sure to be quite the challenge. And that will include retaining a lot of these current players on the roster. With only 18 days left until the regular season ends, head coach Jake Gickert knows it's going to be open season when it comes to the transfer portal and tampering. We saw that happen last year with a number of players transferring out even before the bowl game. Now with the recruiting period set to begin, Dickert knows it's going to be tough to compete with when money has become such an issue for Washington State in the name, image, and likeness era.
I mean, it's just completely real that the NIL matters. And the facts are Washington State were way behind. Not even competitive in some aspects of the NIL, right? And, you know, recruiting, these kids tell you what they're getting. You know, so, Oregon State probably has us by 10x. Arizona has us by 20x. I mean, USC, Washington, Oregon, who even knows, right? It's a whole nother planet. That's part of what we need, and it's very, very important.
Now, as for this season, Washington State's still got 3 games left. They'll take on Cal next weekend down in Berkeley. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-978-6195. That's 1-800-978-6195 or go to getbullseyepro.com.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
I hope no one here is offended by pickles. Or anyone watching. Because the appeal is apparently at an all-time high. So much so that Heinz decided they're going to jump on the pickle bandwagon and start a new pickle-flavored ketchup. The company says the new condiment has the tangy and savory flavor of pickles, but that unmistakable taste of the rich tomato ketchup. You can look for it on store shelves in a few months, and we're still debating what it's going to look like, taste like. I don't try it.
Do you crave it?
I do like to have a jar of pickles in my fridge through the pregnancy.
I'd give it a shot.
Yeah. I mean, usually it's on the cheeseburger anyway, right?
Yeah.
Let's skip the middleman. It has to have that crunch, though, or else, yeah, if it has little relish in it, then it's good. Showers tomorrow, mainly the first part of the day into the noon hour. It's going to be breezy with a high of 49.
Okay, make sure you get those ballots filled out and turned in or in the mail, postmarked.
Yeah, by 8 p.m. tomorrow. And we will be here. It's your election headquarters. See you tomorrow.